I'm seeing something really special here. There's a little frog, and he seems to be chilling. See if I can get a little... This is one of those times where it's such a magical moment because he's just sitting there calm. So I want to talk about all of the abundance of support that you have all around you. I'm talking about the support of the angels. I'm talking about Jesus, Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron. They are all Gaia. They're all wanting you to know that you can call upon them if you need their assistance. So, how does that look? How do you receive? Well, you ask for clarity. You ask to see the truth. You ask to get some assistance. Once you identify something in your field, if you have that awareness and you can identify something, you can ask for it to be released and just ask it to help you. I communicate with them constantly. And sometimes I don't hear them. And I realize that what that is just other energies trying to trick me. And then once I identify and then ask them for assistance genuinely, not just from the mind, that I genuinely, really, this is what we're doing right now. This is important. That type of energy. Because I have also called upon them when I've been half-ass and just been going through the routineness of it, like every day before I go to sleep to call upon them and things like that. It only works when you're fully present and you really want it. If it's just like a habitual thing, it doesn't work as much. You have to want it. You have to desire that and not whatever the thing that you're preoccupied with. Because we are the one choosing what to focus on. So we have to realize what we are focused on, what we are actually creating, and what are we actually using our time and energy on, knowing that it's worthwhile. So if we identify that, there's something here, there's something off in my space, pay attention to those things. Sometimes just being tired is not just being tired. Sometimes it can be camouflaged with resistance. And you can call it many names, fear of change, fear of failure, fear of success. It doesn't really matter what you call it. But recognize that there is an energy and there is a perception that perhaps needs to loosen and go, hey, what am I, what's... And just loosen it. Just release the hold. There is an energetic hold that you can notice, because there's usually a focus somewhere. Sometimes it can be a little bit hidden. Sometimes it can be, and usually it's just something from the past could come and just take a little bit of a hold temporarily. But once you realize it, there's that thing again, and just ask for it to be released. And watch for it. Feel it. Ask it. Ask for assistance. Ask whoever it is that you are working with, that you have developed a rapport with. And if you have no one, start with one. And just start, Jesus, show yourself to me. Please show me that you love me. Dear God, give me a sign that you love me. Sometimes you will just, if you keep asking, if you don't get it, you just keep asking. Eventually you will get something. Oh, I didn't get that. Can you make it stronger, bigger? Like, there is a communication that can be had. Even if you don't feel it, it's still going on. It's still there. I know that sounds a bit weird because I've been in both places. I know what it feels like to not almost believe that they're there. And then I know when I feel that they're there. The only difference is that my openness to feeling that. And so all of the old habits and old ways of the dualistic perspective needs to be identified in all shapes so that you are full with yourself and who you are. We command our space. But for that, there are some practices that are good to have done with the body. Like telling the truth. If you tell lies and sneaky white lies, which many believe socially that is okay, but what will happen then is that you're lying to yourself, and so then you have broken one very sacred contract, which is that you are then losing your ability to tell truth and what truth actually is if you start and you keep going. Because eventually you will start to imagine yourself in a different reality, not knowing what actually truth is. And then you just call truth whatever you think truth is. But truth is something very factual. It's not just a perception of a certain situation. Oh yeah, we should behave like this, so ergo. No. There is something that I call energetic truth, which is the facts of the matter, the facts of the body. Like, what was the sensation? What is the correct energy? What was actually going on? What is the energy saying here? So it's really important to be truthful with others so that you are speaking truth in your body. Because speaking truth in your body means that you can trust your own word, your own word. And what that means is that if someone else is lying, you can tell, because you know the frequency of truth. You know the frequency because you have practiced being in harmony and integrity with yourself, so you know how that feels like. So if you don't feel that, then get back to that becomes the priority. This is how we can be of great support to one another, because this is what love is when we are in disarray with truth. Real love shares honesty. Obviously not uninvited, but still. And doesn't try and pretend, but it shares exactly what it sees. Because the body can see, you know with a kid, you have this age where you can basically ask them anything, and they're just straight. They're just telling it exactly as it is. That is actually a good thing when it comes to energy, to be more like that. Doesn't mean that you just blurt out anything. No, of course not. But it's about being in integrity with what you see, and that you don't. I know many beings have so many things, like they want to spare people's feelings and they don't want people to be hurt and all of that stuff. If you're dancing around people's feelings, people can sense that. It's not love either, right? So the more genuine you can be in your body, the better your body will be. The more in harmony you will be, and the more connection you will feel and you will receive from higher frequencies. And the higher you go, the more you need to master. Like these trickster energies, it's important to be able to master them and identify them, call them out, and other people and yourself. Because that's how they get dissolved. They need to be seen. Ah, I see you. Ah, I feel there's something off here. You use your body to tell. Your body is the greatest sensory system that you have to determine what's actually going on here. Because perceptions, they're not true. They're just that, a perception. It's only when you actually feel what the body is going through that you know the truth. We are actually heading into really magnificent times. But for that, we have to be able to maintain our energy. And we have to be able to identify what is not in alignment with this high frequency. Then we become the tuning forks that are actually hosting the energy that everything needs to align to. That's what it is to be a light worker. That is what we all are invited to do, so that we tune our bodies to vibrate to the right frequency, so that that spreads and become more dominant, and that we become more stubborn in our anchoring of our own light, because we're here to shine our light. And for that we need to land our soul into our bodies first. And I know many are still undergoing this process. I have a little bit respect for frogs too. Especially the bright and colorful ones. I've heard that they are not best to touch. That's what I wanted to share. I'm wishing you a wonderful day, and you got this. All right, take care. Ciao.